is now going up. Right. I think we're up. Are we up? Are we up? Just waiting for this thing to catch up. Okay, I think the stream's now up. At everyone. Stream is now up. So there we go. Select. I'm pretty sure we're up anyway. Are we up? Yes. No. Maybe. Yep. Right. Sorry, just doing. Yep, you are definitely first, little mean. Okay, yeah, we are definitely up. Just doing. Might be a tiny bit quiet. Not entirely sure. Oh, my sound settings have kind of gone out the window of late, so master gain volume is at 1.5. Jeez. 2.5. There we go. Okay, yes. Hello everyone, it's iMark3. Welcome back to From the Depths, the Dakkaventure, where we have lots of Dakka, obviously. Oh well. We're going to keep on pushing because we are actually trying to move up through the difficulty settings right now. So that's a thing we're doing. How big is this thing actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I could definitely retool this cannon to make it more efficient. But for now, it's more a question of finding things and places to go, isn't it? More than anything else. Because there's nothing on the radar. We are in the mist, so it's time to find things. Hello, Wellner, welcome to the stream. Let's kick my boost one, might as well. Full throttle. I can't see the compass, so where are we going? We're heading west, I think. Yeah, we're heading west, that's fine. But yeah, I kind of want to take advantage of what Wellner did in showing off better cram cannons, because apparently Wellner's done the math on it. So in the 3x3 configuration, I did calculate it, and I did comment this on the Discord, that Wellner's what I was linked to, the 3x3, is about 50% more effective than just doing it straight line. So it's just a good idea in general, really. At least it worked out about 50%. I calculated it at 8 connections per row, doing straight like I did, and it worked out at 12 connections per row for a Wellner, so that's about 50% better, as I said. Though the top and bottom of it is going to be a little bit odd. That can't be helped. Let's actually do that restructuring now. Why not? Okay, first things first, let's I think I want to just get this cannon out, actually. Where is it? Turret of the Mighty Dirt Fin. I think it's this one, isn't it? No, that's the laser turret. Where is it? Basic detector, Toba, ring, empty ring. Oh, I don't think I've got it actually saved in here right now, have I? No. Cheaper at the top. Cheaper? Maybe. We're going to find out though. But since it's foggy, I can't really see where I'm going, so I figured I might as well get this thing reconfigured while I've got a chance. Besides, cheap is always good. Right, there's the base of it. Save it in that one. That doesn't look quite right. That looks kind of weird, actually. That thing. Actually, no. I think it is the right shape. What the heck's that thing? I don't know. Okay. I need to actually get rid of the turret itself, though. So, where's the turret? There's the turret. Bye bye. And let's... Yeah, now that is actually correct, so there we go. So this is what I've got. Now I need to adjust this to the spec that Awelner showed off. So, let's grab the core pieces. Oh, would help if I was actually building it, wouldn't it? Right, let's grab the core pieces and get this cram cannon restructured just a bit. There we go. Thing is, this is a bit a nice bit of Tetris. This, so that's why I'm stripping things out just to be careful with it. I'll go and sort the cap out a bit more in a little while. But for now, I'm just stripping out the loaders. There we go. Right. Honestly though, this is I'm quite impressed by this thing. It's just it's like it got given to me in like a way of like, oh hey, this is so much better than yours kind of thing. And to be fair, it is, but I don't know. I was happy with what I had. I think that's the issue, really. Let's kick up the booster. Just wander on over here to hit that red circle, since we are generally progressing. And then I'll continue this restructuring once we hit that. Why am I getting so many beeps right now on... Oh, I'm getting sent a lot of messages. Yeah. No. Never mind. Discord was just beeping at me and I wondered why. Shouldn't have been, but it still beeps whenever I get private discussion messages, so yeah. There we go. Okay, we're through that, so let's actually get this thing back up. Next up is manual position auto loaders. That's how I felt. Yeah, it's like suddenly it's like, oh, by the way, there's this much better way to do it. Or at least that's what it sounded like when people said it, I'm guessing. Don't need that one. Yep, that's all okay. Let's adjust the mirror mode and do this side. Now then, I require this. I think this is correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is correct. No, I didn't know that Lollard, because I've not let them max. I've managed to hunt them whenever they're getting close to max, so... Also, thanks for the spoiler, by the way. Right, there we go. I think that's the correct configuration on manual loaders. I've got to keep this bottom ring clear because that's where I've got... Actually, no, I don't. I can actually make use of that. At least a little bit. I just have to move the control system out of the way to make use of that extra little bit. Lola, the spoiler is that I didn't know that the Chosen hunt you. So There we go. Okay. Let's get this thing rigged up. Just need to put in some ammo boxes. At the bottom of wellness head. Put some ammo boxes at the ends. Probably because it reduces the things a little bit, but there we go. 1.78 second, it's only 395, so I think I accidentally deleted some gauge pieces. I could put it there, but then that removes a treble link, so I'm going to have to put these in the top. What's the gauge now? 730mm, 4.48 seconds. That's okay. Let's try it at this level. So, put that in there. .17, and then the rest will be high X pellets. Just need to work them into the design here like this, because it's a bit of a confused design, to be quite honest. But hey, you know, it's effective, and I did the math on it as well. So that the math supported what Wellness said. Let's actually we can grab a couple of these ones to put in the top there. Another couple of explosive pellet sets. This was pure metal blocks. Put that in the top. Right, okay. Yeah, your dinky cannon's getting changed up, Taylor. So yeah, I was about I recognised the comment, but it's like anyway. I want this thing to be set to group 1 so I can actually do some test firing, because I need to double check the balance between the pellets themselves and the explosive loading. So it's a little bit bigger, but it's also a lot more complex as well. Let's focus on this. 4-second shot. Nearly 4,000 per shot, actually. That's, yeah, 3,800 per shot. Let's put in a couple more loaders instead of ammo. That'll reduce its firing rate slightly. 4.25 seconds. What will you do now? That's only worth like another couple of hundred damage. Hiya Nico, welcome to the stream. Oops. Yeah, I don't think that's really worth it. Might as well get the 0.25 second reload and a bit extra ammo. There we go. Right, so that cannon is now definitely improved. Ooh, there's actually an enemy signal over there as well. And I think it's launching torpedoes or something. Yeah, but that seems to be roughly the right amount for the load, actually. Actually, if I dropped it to a 4.5 seconds, it'll probably increase the explosive power over 4,000, but it's like 3.7, so it's... Well, Tiny, what's happened to the Dinky Cannon is that it has been refitted using a Tetris pattern a Wellner has shown me. Just tear that out. Tear out the weapon control system as well, because I've used up that space now. Are you set to anything? No, you are not set with anything in particular. Okay. So let's drop this so that it's in the right place. There we go. Because now that I'm using this bottom area, I need to get it out of the way. And then we will load in this turret. That is the correct place, yes. It shoots every 4 seconds now, but it's also a higher caliber and a more powerful shell. So it does 3,800 odd explosive damage per shot every 4.5 seconds. No, it's about 3,800. Wait. Yeah, it's also much cheaper as well. There is that too. Well, sorry, yeah, it is a little bit cheaper, like 600 cheaper. I'm also hearing explosions, which means there's torpedoes in the water, I think. I think they're over there. Yeah, Tiny's the one who requested the Dinky Cannon in the first place. And it was pretty decent how it was. But yeah, 600 material less. You're a tiny little boat. Oh dear. I think I've met my match here. No, your 4K Dinky is still pretty potent by itself. It's just we've got a now, effectively Tiny, we've now got a Dinky Mark II. So yeah. Actually, yeah, it is obsolete. Oh, sorry, Tiny. A Wellner has actually done a lot of math on cram cannons and things, it seems. So why am I not firing? Are my AIs off? Oh no, there goes the lasers. Never mind. It just didn't detect it. So yeah, that's kind of how I felt, Tiny, when a Wellner pointed out this stuff to me. It was like, oh, there's just this massive discrepancy between what I've been doing, which is actually still pretty effective by itself, and then a pro comes in and shows me like this bigger version. It's like, oh right, so so if I do it this way, then it's more complex, but it's more effective. Actually, I could drop the gauge on it quite easily. It's a 730mm, which allows more space, but I could drop the gauge to increase the rate of fire. Set you back to group 1 because apparently there's some more test firing to be done. Because it was 2, and then when I changed it, I increased it to 6 gauge. 2.78 if I drop it to 570mm, which drops it to 3,200. So 25% faster. How does this affect the damage though? Yeah, okay. This one is right, dropping it by about 25% odd gauge. Yeah, 25% reduction in. Damn it! I'm trying to think here. Darn it. Anyway, 25% faster firing has resulted in a shell which is like 33% weaker. So yeah, the 4 second is quite reasonable for a cram. with a fairly powerful shell. It's trying to decide what to do though, so it's like wavering around like, should I shoot at this guy or not? What are you doing? Oh, now it... Oh, it was slightly out of range, so I was thinking maybe it can shoot at that distance, but then it decided it can't. The heck is this thing? I think this is a deep water guard balloon of some sort. No way, it's got ion thrusters in it. I've never seen this thing before. But yeah, there go the lasers, so... And then, insult to injury, the Dinky hit it and damaged its rotors, so there we go. Well, that was interesting. Don't know what... Grey Talon? Oh, I've never really faced many of those. No wonder I didn't recognise it. Still, it was worth 1,000 materials. Jolly good. Required accuracy, drop that to 0.1. And then I can take you off the thing. Then drop down to take you off this as well. So that way I don't have manual control over you guys. And then I can save you as a new turret. Right. And how much does it cost? 3,455 material. Okay, I can actually install that in these next sections then. They focus on cram. SD. Which one's SD? I don't recognise that name. There we go. We've now got 2 Dinkies there. Oh, Scarlet Dawn. That's right, Scarlet Dawn. Of course. Right. Don't know why I didn't recognise SD. It's kind of strange that, I think, but oh well. It's also kind of weird because it now feels like this craft is actually a bit slow when I don't cut in the primary booster. It's like, it's taking a while to go anywhere, even though it's like cruising at like 50 meters a second or so. But then I kick the booster and it suddenly goes 100, so it's like... yeah, this Dinky is it's definitely it's a fair bit slower in firing, but it's pretty powerful, and now there's 2 of them on the back, so... Yep, definitely some Dinky stuff going on. I think I still need more balancing thrust. Quite a lot. I also need better sensors and things too. But yeah, I can't afford the 3rd Dinky just yet. That's going to have to come sooner or later. Very quickly working an alteration to the front of the silos. There we go. And I think just a downslope there, and then that shouldn't interfere with their ability to turn, but they are slightly more integrated. Yeah, there will be 3. This is why I built the silos into it last stream, even though I couldn't afford the guns, because I knew I was going to mount them, so, you know, might as well get them sorted out. Let's see, I want to head east, don't I, to get worse weather and more red portals. I think I also need some more turning thrust, to be quite honest. Though I do lose like a fair bit of turning thrust whenever I don't. Actually, it's not as much now. Those variable position thrusters at the front do cost me turning force, but not overly much because of the increase. I really need better sensors. I need to find stuff. That's my big problem, as always. I need to find stuff. Wait, what's because of aerodynamics? Why have three silos like that? Because it's meant to be a fin, little mean. And you know what I've forgotten? I've not actually put in a control system for the second turret. Whoops. That should be in the middle there, right? Yep, that's the middle. Click. So yeah, it's called the Mighty Dirt Fin. So what I'm doing is a fin-like structure on the top. Because, you know, fin. And that means it's got to be narrow. It's just the last stream I decided, since Tiny was asking for a cram cannon, I would work them into the top of the fin. So it's now got this kind of topside, closer range weapon system worked into it. Let's set the range to 1500. That's probably not very effective range, so I might drop it further, but that should be pretty good for it. 1500. And then set this one up as well to 1500. 1500. So yeah, it's going to wait until it gets fairly close, but then it's going to start unleashing volleys of. Yeah, it does have impact on the craft, because if you look at it from a slight distance like this, you can see the barrels just sticking out on top of the fin like that. So it's kind of strange. Anyway, let's go and murder a thing. Let's go and murder this thing. Whatever it is. Oh, it's shooting back, whatever it is. Small crafts. This thing. Well, I guess comparatively it is. But yeah. I guess compared to some designs, it is a fairly small craft overall. 1.5 seemed to work fine. I was wanting to, now that I remember, I was wanting to reduce the firing range on the laser support turrets because they are operating a bit too far out for my taste. They're set to 1 kilometre. I think I want them at like 600 meters because they're meant to be like a oh hey aircraft go away kind of thing, rather than like spend massive amounts of engine power as soon as something wanders vaguely close to you where they're not very effective, because their design is not actually that accurate and they are very power intensive, so they want to be less range. 600 meters should be fine for any kind of aircraft. So yeah, there we go. I've just turned those down on their range. Honestly, most of the shots were missing at the ranges they were firing at, so it's better to have them sorted out like that. 3,500, that's almost enough for an additional turret. Oh, that is enough actually for another turret. Okay, we can get the third one in. So there we go, we've now got 3. Haha, sorted. Because I wanted a massive go-away laser system, little mean. Plus it gave me laser power to use for anti-munition lasers as well. Because they're all plugged into the same system. So this thing is actually very well protected against incoming missiles and things because of just how powerful the laser is. Problem is, look, both those systems engage at about the same range. So yeah, 500 meters on the anti-munition lasers, and 600 on the anti-vehicle lasers. So it's meant more to like, oh, incoming light shots of some kind. Alright, sure. I think raise the anti-projectile shells. There seems to be very light shells coming at me right now. Oh look, there's an incoming missile of some sort. Hello, missile. And I didn't pick it up until it got very close. Yep. There we go. Yeah, brute force and ignorance, I guess, describes a lot of things though, doesn't it? Problem is, I'm not really finding much by way of material these days. Okay, so there's a ring, a resource zone somewhere here. What's that got? That's actually got a decent reserve, that one. Yeah, British tend to be, well, a good example of this is actually Britain during the First World War. Like, Britain didn't actually get automatic weaponry for a long time compared to most of the other powers. Because because the British doctrine was very much like, oh, that's just a waste of bullets. Let's actually just get. So we've just got our bolt-action rifles and things, while everyone else is running around with their assault rifles. So it's like, yay! Because we're accurate, right? We are accurate. We will like put a couple of shots into them, and that's it. There's no point wasting more bullets. It actually took us a while to learn about the value of having more bullets and things like that. Yeah, I'm going to tweak the sensor system. The problem is just lack of resources right now. Let's get my booster in, just to get there a bit faster. Thing is, crams tend to be quite inaccurate on the first shot or two anyway. And then they get more accurate as they manage to zero in on the target. But I could definitely use better sensor coverage. A lot of my sensors are geared forward. Yeah, all of my sensor gear is actually up here at the front, and mounted on these front sponsons. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Oh, look, you're dropping bombs on me. How nice. Oh, look, you're dead. Was that a flying squirrel? Whatever it is it just vaporized? Sure. I think that was a flying squirrel, actually. It's definitely a very cheap thing. It also blew up my refinery. Well, one of my refineries anyway. But I had no sensors back there, so I didn't actually pick it up on the approach. So yeah, I need more sensors. What's up, Trekker Joe? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Not really, no. It's definitely doesn't look very much like a Star Destroyer, does it? It's just got these big swept wings at the back at the moment, but that's going to change after a while. It's just how it's evolved at this point. I mean, we do need more sensor systems, though, very, very much so. We've got barely material to do much with it. Yeah, material shortages are a real concern. So I need a place to put them in. I think we can mount a battery of basic detectors along here. Yeah, I think mounting a battery detector along here is probably a good idea. Just some side-mounted stuff to actually help pick things up directly to my sides. Since we've got the space between these weapons as well, we might as well do it that way. Let's thin the armour up here a little bit, because we don't want it to be like that. Downslope 2 because there's a thruster there. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it this way, because I had so much trouble keeping going when I was doing these adventure runs, like oh hey, let's stop and do a massive build and don't continue until the craft is quote unquote finish. And that actually just caused me problems in terms of staying interested in the thing itself. So hang on, I'm checking the live dashboard. What's it saying? Oh, the stream is still saying it's XCOM. Right, from the depths. Get it right, please, YouTube. Right. Actually, Britain is like everywhere else, Tiny. It's split on the question of genetic modification. No one is really sure what is going on. I'm sure that looks okay like that. Actually, that's a slight error there. I need downslope 2 to go there as well. Yeah, I do need a downslope 2 to go into there. Oh, we're out of the resource zone. Okay, let's go back there. Of course, another problem with these tiny dinky cannons is they don't have any recoil reduction on them. But luckily, it's a big heavy craft compared to these small crams, so it can absorb the recoil quite easily for the most part, despite where they've been positioned on the craft itself. More food to every field? Yep. More food is kind of like a needed thing. Some people are questioning if we're actually overpopulating, which in some ways we are in a regional sense. In terms of the world, I have no idea, because I don't know how much food the world can produce and stuff like that. So it's a tricky question. Let's see. Let's get. No, I need AI connectors. Let's mount them down here. I need a 90-degree radar, like that. A 90-degree IR cam, like that. Yep. So I've got those two. Those will be fine there. But then I want also... Is that far enough down? I guess it'll do there. A 90-degree regular camera as well. So radar, camera, stuff like that. These guys are not built for gimbal track. These guys are general detection, but they're going to help, so, you know. They're going to help, and they're going to give me some side detection and detection towards the back. So it's like, yeah. Nah, that sounds perfectly natural, Tiny. We're not overpopulated. We can keep on growing. Grow humanity. Human supreme. Who cares about all those other species that are dying out? Not us. Ha ha ha. Nah. We're going to have to work things out sooner or later, aren't we? Oh well. You mean that whole thing about the plastic rubbish zone in the ocean? Well, we're going to populate as everywhere we can, effectively. But yeah, it's we're just dumping too much plastic in the ocean. We're not taking care of the environment in many ways, so we can go on about this all day until we're blue in the face if we want to, effectively. But you know, what can we do about it? We just have to do what we can where we can and accept what little victories we can get our grubby little mitts on. So I think that kind of like sums it up, basically. Whatever we can get our grubby little mitts on, that's what we do. But if we don't watch out with the way we're going, though, we are going to have a few little issues. I think it's probably a good way to put it. Okay, my speed is down to 48 right now. I need more resources, that's my issue. So I'm just going to go ahead and push up into the next zone again. Well, Tiny, there's 3 predictions I can give you on that one, actually, if you want them. What the world will look like in 1,000 years. Do you want to hear them? Right. What difficulty am I at now? 6.6. Okay. Apparently I forgot to put any walling on those. Anyway, predictions. Might as well give them to you anyway, because it's something to talk about. First prediction, we're going to have a beautiful lush planet, because we've learned our lessons and we've decided to live in a bit of harmony with nature a bit better. So it'll be like nice, clean, eco-friendly, yada yada yada, gleaming white buildings and stuff like that. It's like a utopia-style situation. If we learn our lessons and implement things, we could go that way. Another way is like an industrial hellhole, like Blade Runner, um, Judge Dredd's world would fit into this one. It's like we've had our issues. We've got these really dense manufacturing places, but we don't care about the individuals. So it's like these squalor and low quality of living and rights being overrun and stuff like that. So that's another possible future. We're going to hit that one if we just urbanise too much and don't care about much else. And the third way is we're going to wind up with a brown ball of dirt in which we have gone extinct and it's just full of ruins because we have gone so far that we've just wiped ourselves out. So I think those are our three most likely outcomes at the moment. I don't know. There's so many ways that things can just go wrong. That's exploded already. I think it's just a marauder. Oh, it's already dead. That's not even a marauder, that's just something small. So yeah. It's so easy to mess up a planet, but then it's so much harder to just fix it afterwards. Yeah, it wasn't even a marauder, it's just a tiny little thing. 150 more materials. Hey. Sorry, I'm not saying much, am I? It's like, this is meant to be a stream, like, it's like, yay, look at me, I am playing the game, woo! But then it's the travel time, and there's not much going on, and so that's why I don't mind having topics to talk about, because it helps to fill the time, you know? It's very useful to have something you're talking about in the middle of a stream. Especially when you can't do much else, because I'm just effectively scrounging for resources at this point. Come on, break. You are such a sluggish thing in reverse. Come on. There we go. Good dirt, Finn. Admittedly, getting the stabilizers corrected is a problem as well, because now I don't have to talk about how the thing was ditched in the ocean. So, you know, lost potential conversation right there. Most likely one is overpopulated times 10 and burn ourselves to a crisp. Oh, I wouldn't depend on a political party. No way, no way. Never, never put your faith in politicians. Have you heard the saying? Power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely? Because it kind of fits in most cases. If someone gets too much power, then it can be a very bad thing. So you get some air. Let's actually boost our jet engines a little bit. Little mean will rule the world. Sure. Maybe. We'll have to see on that one, won't we? Free hands for everyone to eat. Gee, thanks, little mean. That means you get my vote for sure, definitely. Oh, jeez. And actually, that's part of the problem, little mean. We can do our own little bits, but the thing is, then everyone thinks, I can't do anything because it's like I'm only one person. So you know, and then everyone just thinks, oh, we can't do it. It's only us. It's only one person doing something. So that just causes a whole bunch of problems in and of itself, because the entire mass, like, yeah, yada yada, pollution to no return. Because people just don't do it. But yeah, civilians just kind of limited. Just turning my heater off, it's getting a bit warm in here. I can't remember the last time I used my central heating. My warmth comes from a tiny little electric fan that I have sitting down on the floor behind me. How much have I got? 1,500 resources. Yeah, I'm still very short on resources. When we'll have a habitable colony? Well, we're losing our impetus for space travel. But honestly, the big cost right now is just getting things out of the atmosphere. That's our big roadblock in terms of getting up to space. If we can sort that out in a reasonably cheap fashion, then we'll probably wind up with something on the moon before long. Some kind of research place or something like that. Low gravity environmental studies and exploring the moon and material composition in detail, and maybe mining some local resources if we can find some on the moon. But yeah, we don't know what's on the moon, and exporting and importing things between colonies will depend on even better tech beyond that, so. Yeah, the massive problem really is our resource costs to get things from the ground of the planet into orbits. Hello, Red the Rage, welcome to the stream. So yeah, if we can get a mass driver, or ideally an orbital elevator or something like that sorted out, then we could actually do something about getting things out to orbit. Personally, I want the idea of an orbital elevator. Sure, it's a massive structure and there's a lot of problems involved, but it's got the expense in building it will be overcome by the lower operational cost. So, but yeah, if you look at the future and you think about humans, it's like, it's like there's so many things that we can do to mess it up. Yeah, exactly, Little Me. That's what I meant when I said there's sorts of problems associated with it. Oh, you searched for porn. Yeah, that would probably explain it. Yeah. I wonder what that is over there. Okay, it's a dinky little thing. Don't really care about that. Fine. How do you mean? What's up with my craft, Red the Rage? Yeah, there are worse things than porn, but she's just doing her parental duty effectively. Okay, that's all really cheap, so I should be able to. What was it, 8 to 12? Hang on. Okay, so where's the middle point? There's the point. Yes, 8 intakes to 12, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 8 to 12, right. So, I think I'm going to boost the output of my my afterburner. So that's 8 there. That's that sorted. Though of course I just tore out the combustion chamber, which is why I've just expanded it just to see if it will still count if I put it back in here. Is that connected? Is that still connected? It says it's connected to the jet controller. And then if I put the exhaust onto here... No, that doesn't seem right. Okay, I need to put this back here. Like that. Then I need the injectors, which will go down here. Can I walk you through my top guns? Well, yeah, it's a very odd craft because it just... that's how I approach it. It grows gradually over time. You know? That's kind of its whole thing. It grows over time. Actually, no, I don't need that there. I need it on the next one. I'm just leaving the controller where it is because I don't want to... So I don't have to mess around with the ACBs, which are controlling this particular jet. Okay, let's get flat mirror mode, like this. And then extend this part here as well. Oh, there go my 200mm Gatlings. Oh, all my guns are custom made, Fred. Yeah, the ones firing right now are my 200mm Gatling cannons. They've just found something worth shooting at, effectively, I think. Though I suspect it's just something small that's trying to shoot back. Let's keep moving. The prams are now opening up. The side guns are now opening up as well. Whatever it is, it's still coming, so it's not dead. It's got some kind of defense, otherwise I'd have killed it. But we're now getting close enough. Oh, is it still alive or is it dead? It's too damaged. There we go, it's dead, so okay, never mind. $108 material, so that was something really weak. It was just having trouble even doing anything. Yeah, Trekker Joe, the trick with a Gatling railgun is how fast you can charge up the rails between shots and how much you're asking of them to do. Anyway, let's get back to refitting my boosters. Where's the other end? Where's the additional intakes? There's the intakes. There we go. I need to mirror here and get these parts refitted too, because it's 8 to 12. Yep, there we go, that's all set. Or at least it should be. Yeah, max power output 684,000 newtons. Let's kick in the boosters and see what this thing can do now. Well, the problem with there is just flat out recharging. So hang on. Hybrid, you'll get a lot more performance out of in a much smaller, cheaper weapon. So this, my normal top speed right now is 50.3. If I kick in my booster, 121, 122. Okay, so enlarging my booster has given me an extra 20 meters per second at full speed. Also, there's an enemy over there. Right. It depends on the shell size as well, because ammo cost is purely dictated by the size of the shell. So if you have two shells the same size, they will cost the same. It's just you're going to have more payload in a pure railgun shell, most likely. Unless you just put in a load of railgun booster parts, in which case it's going to be about the same payload as well. The only difference really is barrel cooldown and some things like that. Anyway, these guys, the shell is it is a railgun, and by the way, little mean recoil is not ridiculous because it's equal and opposite forces. You're thinking of a coil gun. That would be the one without recoil. No, wait, that would have recoil anyway. Don't mind me. But yeah, coil guns and railguns, they would have recoil on them because they are still propelling something, I think. So yeah. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Basic law applies. But anyway, these 200mm, they are primarily actually ballistics. Yeah, that's the recoil force, little mean, is actually tied to how much power you pump into the railgun, if it's a pure railgun. So yeah, this is a 200mm, custom built. So it's mostly a conventional ballistic type, but the railgun aspect is actually used as an accuracy assist. Which reminds me, I've actually got too much... I've increased my battery since last time I looked at these, so they're overcharging right now. I should turn down the railgun settings. But right now, its shell inaccuracy is 0.06, so it's a very high accuracy weapon system. And it recharges... yeah, railgun takes 1.138 to recharge. That's too much. 0.04? What's the refire rate on it? Every 0.53 it will unleash 3 shots, so it needs to be even lower than this, 0.2. Yeah, about that. It's a very fast charging railgun, this is meant to be. But it pumps all of its power into the accuracy rather than anything else. Uh, 0.3 is pretty average for a mid-range cannon. Actually, that's pretty highly accurate for a cannon, flat out. 0.03 is like super high accuracy. There we go. I've adjusted those because the railguns were needing too much charge. So, though that said, it's restricted by how quickly it can recharge as well. It must be useful. What are you talking about, Tiny? Okay. Yeah, Little Mean, it sounds like you just made a really big, expensive railgun then. On those 200mm rails I've got down here, it's technically a railgun, but the railgun is purely for accuracy assist, which makes the shells a lot more accurate. It doesn't boost the shell at all. The shell is being entirely driven by conventional propellant. Oh, there go the crabs. Oh, there's an incoming laser craft, which is apparently too damaged or something. Oh no, there's many laser craft coming in. Okay. Yellow laser. Who's got yellow lasers? Isn't that robot thing? Burst fire is easy. You just have a higher firing rate limit than your loaders can actually handle. And it'll be a burst fire thing. Yeah, I'm taking damage. What the heck is that? Twin guards. Okay. Yeah, look at the divergence on those shells, though. Those shells are very tight together. That's the railguns. Oh, there's something else, though, as well. Hello. Oh, you're dead. What a shame. Now the lasers are kicking in. And it's immediately dead. So, yeah. Alright. Hello. Where did you come from? Oh, you weren't dead. It managed to repair his AI, so my weapons just shot it. Alright, fair enough. There was a nuke in there apparently too. Sure. Sure, that's absolutely fine. There's another hostile thing over that way. There's also a resource zone in that general direction as well, so I think that's where I'm going to head to. Okay, let's go, and kick in the booster. Onwards! Oh, there's something over there. Okay. Big heavy cram shells on it. Alright. What even is that? Oh, my nose is in the water. Why is my nose in the water? Oh, I see. My battery's running low. That's why. Yeah, when my lasers see a lot of use, it is really draining on my battery power. So yeah, I'm sinking just a bit. Oh dear. I'm sinking! Oh no! Because my lasers are running. Blooming lasers, that's why. So most of my firepower in this fight is actually coming from the traps right now. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. It's finally dead. It got very badly chewed up, that thing. There we go. I got 5,000 material from that. Not too bad. My ammo reserves are kind of messed up, but I don't have much by way of ammo reserves, actually. So the crams are quite hungry in terms of ammo. But yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and disengage my stabilizers. There we go. All power sources turning off. And that will allow my batteries to get some charge up. Just as soon as the laser finishes its recharge cycle. Because that is the big draw right now. The lasers are recharging. Well, they should be. Hang on. Yeah, what's the laser capacity actually at? Oh, it's stopped, so it's actually going up now. Right. You get more resources by capturing, but can I make a really fast-firing gun? Actually, that was in my plan for today. It's just the problem is that I've got no resources, so I can't do it. My plan was actually to rig in a new Gatling that I've been working on. So the theory for. So the thing is, this would be like a 2,399 RPM Gatling, because 2,400 is when the game sets to infinite, so it stops bothering to try and cap it. So, you know. Okay, I'm at half charge. That would have been very good to have, yeah. 80k resources. Though another problem is I can't actually get out of my craft very easily. Okay, let's toggle this. Emergency lift mechanism is on. Okay. And then, because this is going on, we can... How's the craft? That's okay, right. Activate drives. Boost forward. There we go. And allow it to stabilize itself. So, yeah, stopping it while the battery's recharged, and then we can do that. Get us back in the air. Thrusters kicking in. Saved. Release the balloons. And we are back on the surface. No fuss, no foul. Since I actually know how to flip and do it. Unlike before, when it was just really messed up. This thing can actually get out of the water relatively easily compared to how it used to. Oh, jeez. So I've got 13k resources. Is that enough? It's not enough to do the kind of turret I was thinking of doing, which would have been a big ring turret kind of thing. I also really need more stabilizing thrusters on the sides. This thing is getting more and more drunk as its weight increases. Yeah, this zone is going to die really fast. Yep, you're gone. Okay. Let's go ahead and push further. Roll further. Trigger the boosters just to go further. Actually, just let it recharge a little bit. Ooh, there's missiles involved. Wait a second. Is my nose in the water again? No, it's not. Okay. Good. So my booster is not dipping my nose. My pitch control is actually okay. It is my roll control which is messed up. Hello there. Goodbye. Those lasers are so useful. That reminds me, I was actually planning to build a better laser turret. I should probably do that. Oh wow, 16 material. Yay, 16 material. That's so good. Woo. That's paid for the fuel that I used to burn over here, I think. That's it. Right. How to compact these lasers into something. Problem is they have integrated. They have an integrated AI system. They've got integrated detection system. Things like that. So that's a whole bunch of extra weight in these things. And I absolutely need the local weapon control. I can take out the AI, that's just to ensure their accuracy at whatever they're pointing at. But I've got detector systems which can do that anyway, so let's tear out the AI system. That's fine there. If I downgrade it to a 4 tube gun rather than 5, it'll lose like 20% of its firepower, but it's got plenty of firepower anyway. So a 4's going to be just fine, I guess. So let's just get rid of that. The local weapon control can then be fitted in the middle. Like right there. Like that. And then we'll have a wireless connection just going to there. Actually, no, put that there. Delete that one. That needs to be a connector. Then we can rig in the actual laser combiners. Apply to all, yes. Now we can get rid of these guys. These side barrels are not required. We can also shorten the barrel slightly, and it becomes this that kind of array like that. 1.1, or I can just do that, make it really small, and that is 1 degree in accuracy. So it's still pretty inaccurate for a laser, but it's the accuracy that I want from it. I mean, it's a fully gimbaled turret, so you know. Actually, yeah, let's just keep the barrels like that, sure. Right, so quad laser rather than treble. I can take out that piece now because that's not required. This is now bare bones. That is the absolute minimum of parts it requires to be functional. It needs full 90-degree mobility, which means place nothing behind it. And then let's go ahead and grab... It needs some kind of enhancement to make it look better. Let's see. Energy weapons? What about particle cannon tube? interesting effect. That looks alright. We need some kind of armouring on the core though. Some kind of metal, I think. So, let's have a downslope 4 in there and put a downslope 3 underneath it. Doesn't look quite right, that. Yeah, put those on top. Then apply all, so that's now moved up there. I'm going to include a metal block downslope here. Oh wait. I don't know. That's definitely looking better than it did before, but it's looking kind of odd as well. What do you guys think of that? Is that looking a bit too odd? Yeah, that's kind of a strange thing, that, but hmm. Yeah, odd but good at the same time. That's the question, though. What do you think of how this particular turret now looks? Because it definitely looks like it's got a lot more gizmos and doodads worked into it, or something like that. Let's actually rotate that down again. I don't know. It's not. It's got a bit of extra protection on it as well, so there is that to be said for it. No, don't put that on there. Can I add on a light? I can. There we go. So now it's actually got some light worked into it as well. So it's like, it's a big lit up. Well, it's actually a really small lit up laser turret, which definitely looks a bit odd. But as you said, Ludmine, it's the dirt fin, isn't it? Okay, let's capture a quick prefab. Begin the cap of height 3, yes. Width 5, yes. Then we need the length out to capture the entire barrels. So there we go, we got that. Now we can sever that and just place in the prefab that we just took to modify the other turrets. There we go. So, it took a couple of streams, but we've now actually got updated on the turrets. Actually, did I set the range limit on these things down to 600 on the new ones? I don't think I did I? No, I didn't. Okay. 600. Where's the next one? There you are. 600. Because of course, even though I've reduced the power demand a little bit, still don't want these things to go firing off at extreme range because they're just not accurate enough for it. And this one too. 600. Sorted. Okay. So, laser system has been updated slightly. Still got 12,000 resources left to go. There's no sign of anything else spawning while we're hovering here. So I think we might as well just head through the red portal, just boost a bit further. Oh no, wait, something spawned. Enemy! Let's shoot them! Huzzah! Just need to get to them. It's over this way. Hopefully it's something interesting, but we're going to find out. Whatever it is, it's pretty far away though. Come on, come on. Well, no, there's no point. It's just a really dinky little boat, so... Yeah, I'm already dead. Already very dead. Yeah, it was exploding and then the cram cannons just turned and shot it, so... Yeah, that was overkill, just a tiny bit. It was already dead, it didn't need anything else doing to it. So that didn't matter at all. Okay, right. I guess I can just continue to work on the general upgrades and things, but... Oh yeah, I've got this big gap in here, which I forgot about. I've got these things at the front. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to... There is the... I could always continue the control room. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing shielding, actually. I am missing shields. So, let's boot up the shielding. What about the fast Gatling? On 12,000, I could work it in, but well, question is, where would it go? The craft is not really built to accept. It's not really built to accept more big turrets hanging underneath it or on top, because otherwise it just messes with the fin. So the question is, where would this new weapon system be mounted? Plus there's the fact it needs room as well, which is another bit of an issue. Mount it in the fin. Could do. So are we talking about a forward fixed gun then? Because I think we are talking about a fixed forward gun, aren't we? The problem is, in the fin I was starting to turn into like my personal quarters kind of thing. So that's why the PIDs have moved back here and it's wooden floored and stuff like that. Because right now I'm sitting in the guts of the machine, like down at the front. So I wanted to like get a bit more space for myself up here and turn this into my control room. Because I need to move myself somewhere else as it is. So I figured might as well move myself back here into the fin where I'm working on that. But if I install a new weapon system in the front of the fin, then that's going to take away from the space where I could be sitting in the middle of the fin. And it also means tearing out some RTG systems as well, because we've got these in the front of the fin too. So Question is where to put it then. Hmm. The fans demand... Oh, I see. So the fans demand and that's it, is it? Alright. Flipping fans. Jeez. How to mount this in then? If it's going to be a fixed mount, it needs to be a large-scale mantle, which is going to affect things. It's going to have to be a 3x3 mantle. Better to mount it here before the long sloping parts. Which means that it should be like... pretty big adventure craft, not really. It grows over time, so the longer I survive and the more resources I get, the bigger it gets. So that's how I play adventure mode. It just grows bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on. So I'm thinking putting a 3x3 mantle there like that. Besides which, eventually this thing is not going to be big enough now, is it? But right now it's pretty large, pretty powerful. And it's fairly fast as maneuverable too, but it's not perfect by any stretch. Like the fact it still wobbles all over the place. Could also use a bit of turning upgrade as well, because it's getting very slow on the turning again. Such is the price of increasing the weight of it. No, I've already got the stuff mounted in the tail in the form of those crown cannons. On the bright side, there is something hostile now, so okay, let's keep on going. I'm being shot at, I think. Yes, I am. That means it's something small because I'm being under attack from an autocannon. Right. And I think it's dead. Yeah, it's got. Well, there is a hard speed limit on conventional jets. I think I killed one of those guys earlier, actually. 154 material. Yay! Turn off my booster. I don't think it actually has a hard speed limit. But conventional jets can only take you so fast. After that, you have to use custom jets. And then you've got diminishing returns because the drag becomes a factor as well. They're actually pretty powerful. Those crams deal 3,800 damage explosive per shell, and they fire every 4 seconds. So they're light. They're a secondary weapon more than anything else, but they do pack a punch when they hit things. So they have their uses. Earlier, when my lasers accidentally depleted my power supply, they were quite useful because the crams could keep fighting while everything else was affected by the low power situation. So yeah, they have their moments. Ooh, there's something. Is that an aircraft over there? Are you an aircraft? I think you are. I also think my power supply needs a bit of tuning as well. Yeah, I think I just flat out need more RTGs at this point. On top of everything else. My shopping list is growing bigger and bigger. Oh look, incoming missiles, right. Turn side on. This plane, not much. Yeah, I think that thing's dying. Just a bit. Yep, that thing's dead. I think... What is that anyway? Oh, it's a Scarlet Dawn craft. Oh. Still alive though, so that's why my weapons are still shooting at it. There we go. Dead. Well, the thing is, the crams are actually good against close-in shields as well because they've got inertial fuses on them, so... Yeah. Also, my batteries are depleting kind of hard, so it's struggling a bit right now. Waiting for the power to recharge. Come on, stay in the air, please. Stay in the air. You don't want to drop into the water, do you? Not that it really cares, it's going to ditch into the water if it wants to, no matter what. But it depends on how soon... Ah, there we go, the laser stops recharging. Good. Oh dear. As for the lasers, well, the laser system itself is a double core setup. It actually takes up a sizable portion of the ship right now. I think it's a 32,000 horsepower laser system. Question mark. Let's have a look see. All right, lasers. Here's the laser system. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's a 32,000 horsepower laser, and this core is connected to the anti-munition laser systems and the point defense laser cannons. They run off a single unified core system. So it's got a lot of power to feed very powerful anti-munition lasers. And if the enemy craft get too close for comfort, then it's got that power which it can pump into these close defense laser turrets as well. So get too close and this thing will just start shining flashlights at you. No, I'm keeping them combined. Because under most situations it's a case of one or the other in terms of what's actually running at the time. There's nothing else around right now, so let's turn here and go back to this. But yeah, the cram cannons are not very good against fast-moving targets. That's their issue, especially aircraft. Pit them against a ship, though, they are a lot more useful. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. It maybe have 2 cores in it, but I'm not planning to separate them because it's normally a case of the anti-munition lasers are going off, or the close defense system lasers are going off. It's only once in a while when both systems are actually running at the same time, in which case it just shares the power between them. The lasers are still powerful enough to do damage on the point defense weapons and the anti-munition weapons because of the raw power behind the system itself. So they can keep going. The only issue is it depletes my battery because they are a very hungry system, so my battery is not exactly geared up to properly cope with it right now. So don't rely on it too much, I think, is the key with that thing. Rely on the other weapon systems to take out the opponents, rather than the close range weaponry. Though that said, I am quite aggressive and do get pretty close, so yeah. I get close enough for the Gatlings and the short-range autocannons and things to be firing. Anyway, back to what I was doing, which was installing a new cannon, which I'm going to put into place here, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's a good place to put it. There we go, just integrating it into the front of the fin, like that. There we go, that's looking alright. And that's where the new cannon's going to go. A steam engine with an ACB. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, to be quite honest. When the power goes critical, it could kick in. The main problem is just flat out how much I draw. Excuse me, compared to my power generation capacity, which is not actually very good. Actually, whereabouts is that resource zone? Oh, it's over there. Okay, switch on the autopilot. Let's actually go ahead and fly. So that way the craft will keep moving as I keep working. Alright, new advanced cannon, advanced firing piece. There. Install a mantle. 3x3. So there we go, that's on the front of that. The barrel needs to be a bore evacuator combined with that. Right. Increase the gauges to 6. Add in actual gauges to ramp up the caliber of it. There we go, that looks about right. Well, it's going to be a very high firing. It's a rapid fire close range, a rapid firing close range Gatling cannon. Yeah, that's it. Rapid fire close range Gatling cannon. Let's get some down triangle 4s in a moment. Shell type, I think Hesh or Heat. Oh, hey, wait, it would help if I had mirror mode on, wouldn't it? Why are you turning? Are we actually there? Yes, we are. Okay.
Turning off.
Turn off my autopilot because it's absolutely useless at close range. Come on, turn around, please. Thank you. The effort I go to for 400 resources. Ish. Yeah, backup generator is probably a really good idea. Problem is though, I actually want a fuel-based one rather than a steam-based one, because I've got some decent efficiency refineries installed for this craft, so might as well just use that. And I've got fuel reserves anyway, because that's what runs my my emergency booster, my afterburners. It runs on a fuel system because it's a custom jet, so Well, you've got to remember that this is actually about sheer volume rather than the effectiveness of the individual shell. It's going to be close range, modest accuracy, so there's going to be a few issues, no matter what. Let's grab the big jets. I need to get you guys configured to roll, because you guys are meant to be helping with the roll. And it's now drifting because it's unbalanced because of only one side being configured. There we go, that's all set. That leaves you guys being set to roll reverse. And this should help keep the craft a bit more stable because I've just increased and spread out the turning forces acting on it. Whoops. And I just accidentally deleted one of them, so that's also good. Wait, what are you fixed? What? What's been fixed? Are they floating? Technically no, but it certainly looks like they are, doesn't it? But there we go, that's a lot more rolling power available to this craft. Which should help keep it from wobbling around too much, at least in theory. Okay, there's an enemy about about 4 kilometers away according to the light, so that's that guy over there. I just heard explosions. Oh, we've got incoming missiles. I see. Video is not caught up to live. Okay, that is a bit strange, but sure. What have we got? We've got a boat of some kind. Yes. What are you? Something blue. I forget who these guys are. Are these? I think they're Steel Striders or something. Yeah, it's just launching missiles at me right now, so I might as well just come over and engage. Problem is I can't sustain my system because the lasers are depleting my power core just as surely as the close range weapons do. So I need to get into this. Steel Striders. Alright. I need to get in there faster. Boosters on. Yep, there goes my stabilizers. I need to get that backup power source built in actually. Yep, I'm in the water. The lasers are too weak to do much of anything, which leaves the prams and the Gatling, which don't work right now. There we go, it's dead. Right. However, we have ditched, so I need that backup power source. Turn off, no limit, turn off my thrusters again. Yeah, question is, can I actually do that to all my laser AMSs at once? Because there's no options to do it in here, so... Yeah, how do you set your laser AMS to be at a shorter range? You've got to do it one by one. Okay, that's why I've not done it then. Because that actually sucks, having to do that. Right. I've got some materials. I should just go ahead and build in a power source now. Let's see now. Yeah, Stefano, the problem is I have to do it one by one. I'm not too happy about that, so, you know. Just a big pain, basically, to do it like that. Oh, my refineries are about to detonate because they're underwater. Okay. Boom. Yeah, my refineries don't like it when they're like this, so... Actually, I should just drop my balloons for the moment. Off they go. And wait for my batteries to recover. So, yeah, basically I'm stuck like this until I manage to recharge. Okay, I'm not sure how much space is going to go into my luxury cabin, but I need space for this this weapon system here to be worked in. And that's going to cause complications because I now also want to put in a backup power supply in here too, so... Oh, jeez. There's always more stuff, isn't there? Okay, let's install it here. Then what do we require? We require... let's install it here. Wait, are we on our side? Yeah, we're on our side. Die. We are on our side. Batteries are recharged though, so I can actually get us out of the water. But I'm going to install the backup engine at the back there. There we go, we are lifting. Just waiting for the back of the craft to come out, so full forwards. There go the refineries again. Sure. There we go, now we're out. Turn off my booster because messing around with this stuff gets my boosters to kick in as well. There we go, that's enough. Okay. Release the balloons. Why are you set to the... You're the left-hand side. Why are you set to... Oh, for a minute. No, you're left-hand side. You're left. You're left. You're all left. That's fine. Okay, sure. Ah, well, at least we're in the air, so there is that, I suppose. Anyway, let's get on with this engine then. Right, how do I want to do this? I want to put that in there, then I want... Yeah, I want a crankshaft in place like that. Crankshaft, crankshaft, crankshaft. Then I want cylinders around. Then let's throw in injectors. This may be an injector engine, so it's a really inefficient fuel engine. Whoops, just knocked my controls a little bit. But I've got pretty effective refineries, so this is still more material efficient by far compared to than a steam engine would be. I just need to make sure it's all plumbed in properly, so that it doesn't go boom on me. Actually need the 5-way pieces there, don't I? Yep, 5-way pieces. Then I need the throughput pipes on top, like that. There we go. Hi Normal, welcome to the stream. That'll do it. That means that this is I think this is a 1,600 horsepower section. Let's check it. Yeah, that's 1,600 horsepower. Okay. Okay, I need a 3x3x3. Begin the capture. No, wait, I need a 5x5x5. No, 5x5x3. Let's get this right. 5x5x3. There we go. Grab that. That's an 8,000 horsepower engine section. Is 8,000 to a backup engine enough, do you think? Or should I put in some more? Actually, I've got a little bit of space. Might as well make it 9,600. Or an 11,400. Actually, let's build it as far as there. That's as far as I want it to go. Yeah, the laser does that, but more power will also allow the laser to recharge faster. So I don't want this system actually big enough to run the laser. That's not an intended goal of it. It's a backup power source just to keep this craft operational more than anything else. I'm not after efficiency, Normal. This is not actually my main power plant. This is a backup power plant. So this is purely about density and running when the craft is short on fuel. And primary power is actually an RTG set. It's just it struggles when my laser system starts kicking in. Okay, I should have done this sooner, but let's get the autopilot kicking in. Oh, that's really close, that, actually. No point. Okay, here we go. Yeah, but so remember, Stefano, I've already got fuel reserves. I've already got fuel refineries, so I might as well put to use what I've already got, so that it's at least more efficient than going by the steam route. I mean, I've already got the refineries and the fuel because I've got the afterburner system, so might as well just might as well use that to power the emergency engines too. 106, it's over there.
Form up and fly with me.
Go over there, please. Okay. Now, I require a fuel engine. Give me a fuel engine connected. That's all connected up. Okay, jolly good. But I don't want you running constantly, so I need a treble ACB. Don't accidentally delete stuff, also a good idea. There we go, right. Activate when battery is above, let's say, I don't know, 40%. It's only when I'm down there that it's actually in danger of serious problems. So when you get above 40%, within a range of 3, you will take fuel engines. Yeah, my refineries can actually keep up with this fuel engine. I was just quickly checking that. Fuel engines and set max RPM to 0. So there we go. That'll sever as soon as it gets down to that. Activate when batteries are below 20%. Within a range of 3. Fuel engines sets max RPM to there, full throttle. What do you mean? Why the engine activates when an enemy is near? That's probably when it's going to trigger, actually. Oh,
Turning off.
Yeah, stop you. Effect range of 3. Delay of 1. Fuel engine, set battery charge to full throttle. And activate when battery power is below 20%. Because 20% is enough to keep this thing in the air. Is above 40%, cut the engine off. When below 20%, yeah, 20% max RPM, set to charge batteries. Yeah, normal. The thing is, if you set it down to 0 RPM, it also zeroes out the battery charge percentage. So that's why I've got 2 ACBs operating on it. One to get the engine back online, and the other to reset the battery charge, so that it'll pump everything into the batteries. But yeah, the lasers are close range, and that's really when it needs the power to make sure this thing, well, to try and stop this thing from going into the ocean. So that's why it kicks in at such low power levels. And that's really all it needs, just a bit of extra when the batteries are running a bit low. Now then, it just needs some metal plating because it's exposed right now. There we go, that'll do for now. Yep, you've learned from... Yeah, I did that a bunch of times, didn't I? So many times I did that. Oh, I found a target. You're firing over there. It is... Oh no, it's a really small thing. Oh no, wait, that's actually a Scarlet Dawn one. That means my Gatlings are actually not going to do it. Because Scarlet Dawn typically have shielding, so kinetic shells like this are going to bounce off. For the most part. Oh, it's actually taking some damage. Huh. This thing doesn't have full shielding on it. It's actually getting picked apart by the kinetic cannons alone. Capture it, it's worth over 100k. Oh, I really want to do that now. I promise I don't want to die, so... It seems to be stuck, it's not moving.
Turning off.
It's white flares, but it's predominantly red though, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Not SD. Okay, right, let's save the vehicle. Okay, save progress. Make sure. Yeah, that's my experience as well, normal. That's the thing. Right, okay, we just need to get over here to try and catch it. That's why I'm trying to work on a big cannon. But I really do need the resources, so I might as well go ahead and capture it. I mean, it's got an AI system left, I'm pretty sure of that, but it's not... Oh, there's something else coming in. Oh, yay! Okay.
Weapons only.
Yes, thank you for noticing that thing. Jeez. Unfortunately, my rearmost cannon. When I had to turn my AI on to deal with it. Lasers. Oh jeez. The hell is that thing? That's Scarlet Dawn, I think, isn't it? Because I've kind of been gutted right now. Yeah, it's just calling out my AI systems and things. My point defense lasers have gone. Right. I'm not too happy fighting this thing. Let's kick in my boosters. Get around underneath it. That thing's got a rear-facing laser as well, hasn't it? Lightning hood. Oh, I see. But yeah, this is why I was migrating some of my internal systems. My AI core is completely shredded now. That's why I was focused. That's why I was rebuilding things. But people keep distracting me with build something else. So it's like my AI is completely gutted. The thing is, I'm at the front there as well, so that also doesn't help. Right now, full forwards. Boosters, go! Hello! I'm right below you. Ha ha ha. Oh no, you don't. Oh no, that's a green circle. No! Don't want to go through that. get my angle proper. Turn. Oh yeah, it is lightning bud. It just looked red because it was a crimson environment at the time. Oh, there we go. Finally, I finally hit it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know, but I'm engaging from the side, so my craft is absolutely fine without failsafes from the sides. At least in general. It's just a big running battle, isn't it? Oh no, I'm in range for the rear laser again. The problem is that, well, I'm going for the tail because that's where the rear laser is, so I want that thing dead, ideally. Also, that's where the jets are too, actually, most of them. Oh, yep, it's not happy about that, is it? Come back here. Right, let's see. Go for... Where is that laser? Let's kick out my boosters. Keep on moving up. You're dead in the water now. Did a lot of damage to me, actually. Oh, it's trying to move. Oh. Yep, I think that killed its engine. Just a tiny bit. Oh, jeez. Idiot. Right, turn off my weapons because that wasn't meant to happen. Jeez. Save my progress. Oh, it's dead. Never mind. It's dead. It's dead. Jeez. So it died before I could get it. Did a lot of damage to me though. Oh wow, when did those? Oh wait, yeah, of course. Should probably build some firing restrictions into these things, just a bit. But yet still, that was. Yeah, I know. I know. It's not firing lasers at me yet, so that means it's something a bit more conventional. And I took a lot of damage there actually, but I came through it because I started just steering behind it, where most of its weaponry wasn't there. I think that's the only reason I'm still alive, actually. But yeah, this is part of the importance, though, of the rebuilding I was trying to do, trying to get everything spread out a bit more within the craft. Because as you can see, I'm up here, my AI's up here, because this is the old core of the craft. This is the new core of the craft, but it's just being jammed full of everything else right now. Yeah, you're late, Gruttle Mascator, I'm afraid. You just missed a bit of a scrap. There's actually multiple enemies around the place. Yeah, I couldn't match it in turning because this craft is quite sluggish on the turning these days. So I figured, hey, let's get in behind it and then use my emergency afterburner to stay with it so that it can't really do much to me. Unfortunately, it turned out to have a rear laser, which is why I was locked onto its tail fins rather than centre of mass. With ammo rackless cannons with oversized lasers compared to the actual shell. I don't know. What do you mean? No rack, but oversized loaders. I don't see what the benefit to doing that would be, really. Yeah, I'm out of resources. So I can't rebuild the third cannon right now. I need to find something to deal with. There's something hostile over that way, so let's go over there. It reduces complexity. It also reduces ammo reserve as well, doesn't it? Oh, does it actually give a bonus if the shell is smaller than the loader? I'd never heard that one, actually. So yeah, that one's actually a new one to me. Interesting. Oh, whatever it is, it's shooting missiles, I think. Yeah, the question is how much of a bonus does it give compared to the racks themselves? What is that? Well, it's dead, so there is that. Sure. Yeah, you're dead. Just give me some resources, please. Thank you. Ooh, was that a shell that just flew past? Oh, it was. There's something coming up behind me. That was worth 2,000 resources, though. That should be enough to get things fixed. I think. Yeah, we got incoming shots, so I need to start to maneuver over this way. Right. Whatever that is, I'm not sure what it is, but it's got a long-range frag shell on it, so it's a bit odd. Let's kick in my booster again since I'm done fixing. Off we go. I seem to be having pitch issues right now. Oh, it's because I'm low on power. Why is that fuel engine not working? That fuel engine should be avoiding this. What are you set to? You are set to... Why are you set to 0% max drive? Above, below... Yeah, you're meant to be on. What are you doing? Get started, you idiots. There we go. Sorry, something in my eye. Oh. Just let the dirt bin keep shooting. I still being shot at? No. Okay, let's turn off my weapons for the moment. Why didn't you turn on? Oh wait, it's probably the range of 3, isn't it? Let's set the range to 4 then. Just make sure it's close enough. Okay, now let's go and see what the thing is we've got over there. I do believe that is a... no, that's a yellow thing. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this and set it to weapon system 1 so I can manually select it when I want to. Why the heck does it say I've got 10 things on weapon? Oh. Oh, I see. Sure. I'm guessing there's an AR system over there. Okay. I think we can go ahead and get away with capturing this one. Question is, where is the AI? Oh, AI, where... oh, there it is in the top. Right, okay. So it was there, it's just it had some protection on it. It's right there. Come on. Come on, I want to capture this thing, darn it. Oh, that AI has been gutted out. Okay. So that must mean there's some AI in here somewhere too, I'm guessing. Let's try there. No wait, where's the AI? No. No, this must be in somewhere in the heart of the ship. This must be somewhere down here. No, that's just an orphaned little relay. Huh. Oh, where is it then? Where is the... No, that's a PID. Oh, there's one there. Okay. I can't tell where the other thing is. I know there's got to be one. I know for a fact there is an AI still in here somewhere because it's not told me that the AIs are dead. But I just don't know where it is. Where is the AI? Ugh. This is the problem with trying to capture it. You've got to try and find all the stuff, haven't you? I mean, this thing's still being controlled, so... Not sure what's controlling it, but something's controlling it. Can't see anywhere for this AI to be. Seriously, I can't see anywhere for this AI to be. Will I capture you or not? Please say yes. Because I really do need the salvage. But there's better things to do than just sit here pumping EMP particle cannon shots into it, to be quite honest. Come on. I haven't looked in the middle back down. What? Yes, I have. Hang on. Well, I'm pretty sure I have. Middle back down. Yeah, I mean, look, right here, there is a fuel engine, a PID, and then there's nothing underneath it. I can, what? I can zoom in, tell my distance to the craft. I'm getting distracted because I'm getting shot at. So it's like, Box alive, drag, cross-section, angular, mass. I can't see anything regarding the AI. In the E and N map. What? Oh, I see. So the AI is somewhere directly below me, is it? So is that telling me the AI location? But it seems to want to shoot that craft dead center. But there's no AI there because I already shot the AI out of that part. Yeah, it's wanting to shoot at dead center. And it won't tell me that because it's an enemy AI. So yeah, it would tell you in build mode, but this isn't. This is adventure mode, so yeah. And frankly, there's other things around, so yeah, there's something else coming. Wait, that thing's ditched in the ocean. No, wait, what the heck? What? Okay, sure. What the heck's wrong with you? Well, that guy's broken, I think. That guy's still alive, somehow. I'm just turning around so that I can actually tag this guy with an EMP shot instead, because apparently he's having a few issues. This guy... The heck? Why did you do that? Some kind of odd behaviour going on. Okay, you're dead. Good. Got 2,000 material. That's enough for repairs, I think. Let's go ahead and turn. Oh. Those cannons don't like it when you go on manual control. And that thing's blown itself up, apparently. Or something else shot it, I'm not sure what. Sure. Sure. Is there something else around? Yes, there is something else around. It is very, very far away. So let's turn this away. I wish those cannons wouldn't blow themselves up. Actually, I should turn up the fail-safes on them. Hello, torpedo. I just saw a torpedo flying past. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and say hello to the thing that's shooting torpedoes at me. Okay, sleep well than normal. What time is it? 9:40. Ooh, it's actually probably about time I was thinking of stopping as well. Yeah, I'm going to turn up the fail safes on these things quite drastically. There you go, you guys. You've got maxed out fail safes, so that should stop you from being able to fire. If there's any chance at all that you'll hit something else, because apparently these turrets have actually blown themselves up a couple of times so far. So, you know, gotta watch out for that. Yep, it is the guys ahead of me that are launching torpedoes. Not sure what those things are. Some kind of mini sub, it looks like. So let's go ahead and kill him. Just cutting my boosters to close the distance really fast. Ooh, and something else has spawned over there too. Oh, hello there. I have no idea what these things are. At all. Except the fact they seem to be quite resistant to my EMP cannons. Oh, there goes one. I don't recognise them. Not in the least. There we go, okay, now they're both gone. Right. This thing, though, intrigues me. So I'm going to dash in under its cannons. Keep my nose reflectors on. What are you? Well, you missed my shots. Looks like it's kind of like something that's... Oh, it's got a whole bunch of missiles on it, too. Oh, it's one of those paddle gun things. What's it even shooting at now? Oh, it's going for my refinery. I see. I see how it is. This is just silly. Okay, good. That's killed its guns. Oops. Oh yeah, I've got my boosters on. Should turn that off probably. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. This is not great trying to capture things, you know? Not very good at capturing things at all. Also, the stream's going to be ending really soon as well. Okay, so I think its last AI is somewhere in here. So I'm going to back it up. Did that get it? No. Of course it didn't. Why would life be easy? Just give me the darn thing. Is it somewhere in here? Oh, this is the problem with trying to play capture as well. It's like it takes. Oh, there's one there's one under there. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, right. Let's try to capture this thing then. Save my vehicle, save the dirt fin, save my progress. This will be the last thing I do this stream, so jump, bounce. Okay, over the side. Whee! And it's somewhere underneath here. Come on, give me your ship, please. Oh no. The dirt fin's getting too far away. Come back! Come back! Thank you. Jeez. I'm gonna let's get my stuff recharged, then I'll go back to capturing that thing. This is why I don't like to hop out of the adventure craft. It's pretty dangerous, actually. Anyway, the AI should be somewhere down here, or at least it was. Ah, come on. Oh dear. Oh dear. And dead. Of course I'm dead. Well, there we go. That's end the stream. Because I just saved, so, you know, it's going to reload straight back to that. But, yeah. We might as well end on a death if we're going to end the stream, you know? Ooh. Yeah. That went on a bit longer than it should have done, but... nah. I'm going to end it there. Got to end it on a death. Because that's only fair, isn't it? Anyway. I didn't make as much progress as I wanted to, but it went okay. We got a fair bit of resources. We've gone through some reds, and our ship's a bit upgraded. It's got emergency power source and things. Not too bad. Anyway, fast shout out. On the Discord, Razul is putting together a RPG chat game. So, and he's looking for some players right now. So if you're interested, just give him a bell on there, and he'll happily explain a bit more about that. And with that, I am going to end. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. So yeah, see you all later.